Okay. That looks right, right? We've returned. Everything's back to normal, I think. All right, I'm going to take this from scratch. We're going to exit Kovacs. Um, I'm going to go back to this article, and we're just going to re-record this whole video. I'm sorry for the people that are in here and are going to have to listen to everything twice. Um, it's easier for me to delete the VODs and have one consistent, oh, 1 second. Um, so I apologize if you were watching, and it's it's just got to be this way. I just fucking hate Streamlabs. If they didn't have the mobile view and the multi-streaming application, I'd be using OBS. But as a small streamer, I feel like I have to get my content out as many places as possible. I'm just gonna share my entire screen, and we'll go here. All right. Everyone's touched on this, where this is take two. The second time I've had to do a fucking take two. Love it. A catastrophe, how the new major sticker system is impacting the CS scene. And everyone's talked about this already. The only reason I'm even covering it is because a couple days ago I already covered this. Just there wasn't an article about it, a mainstream article about it at the time. So we're just gonna go over really quickly what it's saying, what it means, and what it means for Counter-Strike and this sticker situation. I don't even know what to call it. Battle Pass, major thing, whatever. Basically, what this article says is that there is no major bidding war going on, or if there is, it's smaller than it has been in previous years over getting players, because the way that this sticker system panned out, the orgs didn't make any money, or at least not any good amount of money. And I could see that happening. As I said, the stickers in my last video, the stickers aren't true supply and demand. If you wanted to, you can buy an infinite amount of any of the stickers, hence there's no supply. And then the demand isn't really real either, because if I'm crafting a souvenir, that will count as a sticker sale, and I might just want a Nico signature on my gun. And the cheapest way to get a Nico sticker is to get it with a team that's, smaller, and then that team now has a purchase. There's a new demand for that team gold, which will drive that team gold up in price. And that doesn't make any sense either, because really the only thing there that there's actual demand for is the Donk, the Nico, the Monzi, whatever the signature is. Now, there's other people like Jame that people like, and Dexter, I'm sure those are also being sold. But my main point is the stickers that are getting the most sales are artificially driving the price of other stickers up that there's no demand for, which is just creating a system where everything is absurdly expensive. There's no reason to buy. And on top of that, if you did spend money to buy the options to do the pick'ems, you got no meaningful reward from that, because everything by the time you got to the end was so exuberantly priced out that you couldn't, like, there was no way for you to buy anything. If you wanted an eco sticker or something cool, you didn't have enough resources to actually purchase any of those things. So I think this is a major failure. I mean, this is just Gabe Follower showing that if you wanted 10 of the most expensive stickers, that's not even buying out, all the collections. It'd be $39,000, which makes no fucking sense. If you compare this to the previous capsule system, that it's just, it's not even comparable. I mean, you could open, you'd get everything 10 times over for this price, and that's opening the capsules. Forget buying them on the market. And again, the only consequence of this is going to be, you have these stickers, they are artificially inflated in price after they're discontinued, and as they get applied and people hoard them, excuse me, as they get applied and people hoard them, you're just going to end up with, absurdly expensive stickers that a couple of people like, and maybe years from now, niche people will end up spending them, and they'll be on par with like Kato stickers as regards to rarity. I don't know price wise, but and it all will be because of this broken system, and it's not going to look good for Valve either because it makes the market seem unreliable. Um, it doesn't give anyone a feel good. Like, I would compare it to Secret Lair in Magic the Gathering. If you play any TCGs or you've heard of Secret Lair, people hate Secret Lair. It's because they release a product and then it's a very limited release, like that you can buy. And there's no reason that Magic can't print, or Wizards of the Coast can't print more, right? They'd only make more money printing more. I mean, the cost of these Secret Lairs are so much more than it costs to print a card. So it's really just like an artificial, supply choke, which is the same thing that's happening here. Now they're doing it differently because if you wanted to, of course, you could buy, 1,000 stickers at $1,700. But the fact that it's priced at $1,700 just means that nobody buys it, which creates the artificial supply issue. Because in theory, there's infinite supply. It's just that no one's going to actually buy it at that $1,700 price. Now, what do I want to see for the next major? How do they fix this? I think a compendium style thing. If you've ever played Dota, the compendium, you get, if you spend X amount of dollars, you can get a little mini trophy, and then maybe that comes with a plaque with the teams that won, or just the team that won this year. That would be cool. It would get people engaged. Maybe you get a badge and you can have that badge be one of the teams, and as that team wins, as you view the team play, as you play the game yourself and win or lose, you accumulate points for the pass, the battle pass, whether or that might be. I would like to see some, if we're not going to get operations again, I'd like to see some operation style gameplay built into it. Make the major a huge in-game and outside of the game event. Make it something that people want to play the game for, people want to watch the game for, and then give rewards for watching and playing the game. They don't need to be huge. Like, we don't need dragon lores, right? To make it something interesting. People go crazy over red and purple badges. So just give me the team badge. If I get the right team and the team wins, give me that super rare team badge instead of a diamond coin, right? You can even keep the diamond coin if you want to. But I think you have more flexibility in terms of giving impactful rewards with a full ecosystem, as opposed to just, okay, this is how much the stickers cost and this is how you can predict what teams are going to win. It's a little boring. It's gone a little bit stale over the years. Give us a little bit more. You haven't given us operations. You can mix the two together if we're going to keep the armory. And then talking about the armory, I think with the armory, I mean, just rotate the skins out more often. Give the skin creators a chance to get paid. I mean, you cut their income by a massive amount. Like, you used to be able to make between $160,000 and $260,000 per case. I think that's the medium. Some people were making millions, but I think the average was around that much. And now they get $20,000 flat. It's, if you're going to do that, sure, that's fine, but give them more opportunities to create skins. Don't just spit in the face of the people that are designing the skins that are honestly the linchpin of your game. I mean, it works like Pokemon. If you don't have the collectability, I don't think you're going to have as popular of a game. It'll still be popular. I mean, millions of people tune in to watch the major, but it won't be as popular. It won't be a sensation. Like, you need to take care of all these individual elements. And then getting to individual elements, we have the gameplay issue. Every game, there's a suspicious account. And why is that important, right? I was careful with my words there. I said suspicious account, not a cheater. The reason why suspicious account matters is because there is a cheater issue. You go into games, you see cheaters, and now the next game, maybe there's not a cheater, but there's somebody that's 25K on a brand new account that was silver last season. And it's like, okay, well, now I just had a cheater in my game. Now I have this weird account. Maybe he's not even cheating. Maybe he just bought the account. But if he pops off, I'm going to feel like there's a cheater in my game because his account's so weird. If there wasn't a cheating problem, Smurfs aren't an issue. Since there is a cheating problem, there's this cascading effect of just destroying the perceived image of the game, right? It's catastrophic. And if you don't address it and nothing gets done about it, the game will die. Because, there was already an issue in the past about people saying that pros are cheating. Every pro's cheating. I think Scream was one, and who was the other big one? I can't remember off the top of my head. But there was a lot of instances of people just claiming that all the pros are cheating, there's no legit players and all that stuff. I don't want that generation of people to come back. I don't want that to be the perceived Counter-Strike like thing where it's just like, oh, Counter-Strike is the game where everybody cheats and there's nothing we can do about it, and that's just, it is what it is. I want to see some effort on that front. I mean, I wouldn't mind. The developers don't have to communicate with us if they don't want to, but they need to think about how what they're doing is going to be perceived by the community if they're going to make that choice. Like with these stickers. Again, there's no further update besides how the stickers are sold to us. If you're going to experiment with a new system, maybe give us something we'll like to counteract the potential downsides of a new system that you're in. I mean, maybe they were just overconfident. They were like, there's no way this can fail. I mean, I made this with ChatGPT, and it's a complex algorithm that's going to work perfectly. I mean, I'd like to think that the CS developers aren't that conceited or stupid, but it's possible. And without communication, I'm left to wildly spectate like this with statements like that. Now, again, I don't necessarily believe that, but I'm just going through how things can be perceived and the possible outcomes of these new systems. It's really tough to judge when you have no idea what's going on in the back end. And I understand the cheating issue is a very complex issue, and if you have no computer programming background, you really have no right to discuss it and kind of say how easy or hard it would be to implement the system. I mean, I've played a lot of games, RuneScape, World of Warcraft, all of them. They have botting and cheating issues, and there's no way that all of these major companies are just all not addressing the issue, right? Like, I mean, and also, in the case of World of Warcraft especially, the bots do eat into WoW's bottom line. So there is a financial incentive for WoW to get rid of them. Because I think the amount of people that would be buying gold would be higher than the amount of bots paying for membership in terms of overall revenue. Not only that, but it's possible that the bots are making enough money that they're not paying for membership. They're just buying bonds over and over again. Meaning that they're not even, WoW isn't even receiving revenue from these bots. If all of the companies didn't have the issue, then I wouldn't be so hard on Counter-Strike. Now, what I will say is it is particularly obvious that there are bots in our deathmatch games in Counter-Strike. So, the fact that there's not, why can't we have just, player mods, like in RuneScape, You could be extremely scrutinous with the quality of person that you hire as a player mod. And I say hire, but it's not like they get paid. And then, give them the ability to mute or turn off experience, right? Don't give them the ability to ban. But, right, if you give them the ability to turn off experience on a bot and then put it on the bot, right, or the player to dispute the false ban, sure, you'll need to have someone look at those false bans. But, if they're actually botters, I don't think as many people, I think the player mods aren't going to be making that many mistakes as far as labeling bots as bots. I don't think you can do it with cheaters. I think too many people don't know what an actual cheater looks like versus whether it's a Smurf or just a higher level player than them. And also because of the issue with all the weird accounts, so many people have been cheater brained to the point where you just can't really address the issue through player moderation. It won't work. But as far as the bots in Deathmatch, there's no reason why you can't have player moderators to turn off experience or turn off rewards for those accounts and then have those accounts dispute that. Right, they're not banned. There's nothing, they didn't do anything too impactful to the count, but you're giving the players at least enough power to diminish the power of the people with these bots. And that would be, I think that would at least, even if it didn't work, it would at least show an effort on the sides of the Counter-Strike developers. Whereas right now, we have no such thing. And again, that's all people want. Like, people just want to see that an effort's being made so they don't feel like the game that they love has just been completely abandoned by the developers. I think if the cheating issue was addressed and the botting issue was addressed a little bit more than it is right now, you wouldn't have an issue with the armory. You wouldn't have an issue. I don't know what's going on with these stickers, but there's no way to farm the stickers. But I don't think you'd have. I mean, case prices would probably stabilize more because there'd be less people farming them, and then that would cause a more reliable market in that sense. I just think there's bigger problems than what Valve is actually working to fix. And I mean, with these stickers, I do think, they tried to make them worth something a little bit too hard instead of making something that would have been interesting from a gameplay perspective and sell based off of that. And because that was where all the developmental effort went into, we just got nothing from the other end, from whether it be a battle pass, whether it be the armory, whether it be an operation or a new gameplay mode or anything like that. I'm sure, like, the bomb changes are cool. I'm not mad about them. But, like, that's just a seasonal chain that we should get anyway. Like, that's not extra. That's not like, they didn't do us any favors giving us that. And I really think the public outlook right now is really bad. And the fact that it doesn't seem like Valve is interested in addressing it at all. And, maybe they shouldn't. I mean, like when the worst thing you can do in the case of like making a mistake on social media is to apologize. But at the same time, a little display of good faith would maybe go a long way. I don't know. I I don't really see a universe where Valve does anything different this year. Um, Again, I see a universe where they take this current sticker system and they modify it to work a little bit better in the next major. But all that will do is make this major feel even worse to the people that couldn't get the stickers they want, or were trying to get a specific Nico sticker or souvenir and couldn't afford it. And now those are extremely rare items that people are priced out of, and no one has a chance to get it. And even in cheaper crafts, like even if you try to craft like a purple or a blue, it's still very expensive, like hundreds of dollars. And does that make sense? It would make sense if like, all right, yeah, you want a red, it's 300-400 bucks. But like in the case of a blue skin to get a souvenir, stuff that would normally drop like relatively commonly from the souvenir packages, that's gonna cost you 200 bucks. It's tough. It's tough for me to defend that. And I mean, it is almost indefensible since now the orgs aren't even getting paid. I don't know if anyone's bought any of these stickers at the $1,700 price range. I would imagine not, because they're for sale for, a lot less on secondary markets, not including the Steam market. So I think you'd have to be a little bit insane to purchase any of these stickers at the prices that they're currently at. But what does this mean for the future of these stickers? I mean, are we going to have now they're going to be incredibly rare just based off this sheer fact that they're too expensive to buy. So you have this artificial, what is it, a supply issue. Uh, I don't know. I mean, it's tough. I'm making suggestions to make this better. I'm not just sitting here criticizing the way Valve does things. I mean, I think maybe making a way for the sticker prices to go down. I mean, also, you can gauge demand through the badge system that I was suggesting. So, again, imagine you accrue points, you get a badge, so I like M80. I'm just going to use M80 as an example. I can equip an M80 badge the same way I can equip my seasonal badge, the same way I can equip any badge. And then I accrue points based on how many M80 games I watch in the major, or any game I watch in the major, how many games I play and win, so on and so forth. And then the teams with the most points and the teams with the most stuff, That's how the sticker prices get affected. And you get rewards in the form of maybe you get an M80 badge, maybe you get, things that are like untradeable but that they can support the team, and then maybe a few tradable things mixed in there. You don't want to overly affect the market. You do that, and then you can gauge real interest because those decisions won't be influenced by the price of, well, I got to get the Nico now, or people are going to buy it out and it's going to be $1,700 and I can't afford it. Like that's that's how you do it properly. And again, I'm not a game developer. I'm not someone, I've just been playing games for a really long time. So I don't understand why Valve couldn't sit down and come up with the same idea or better. It doesn't seem that difficult. I mean, it almost seems like, again, I've said this before, but it seems like it's over engineered. Like someone spent way too much time trying to get really fancy with the math. And that's how we ended up with this broken system that we have. And I don't know that that's 100% the case, but I would like to see some effort. I would like to see an operation. We've been asking for it. Fine. You know what? You didn't do what I said with this major. Give us the operation. Or blow my fucking mind with the next major and how that event goes. Because if you're going to ignore us for another, I don't know how many months until the next major, you're going to have to deliver. Like, it's gonna have to be on par with like a Dota International in terms of the actual like event venue, how viewership, how the teams are displayed. You know, I don't know if you've ever been to an international, but it is an extravagant event. There are performances, orchestras. They have holographic renderings of the characters that get picked for each of the teams. It is a big deal. And well, there's two majors a year, and I think expense wise, it wouldn't make sense to go that hard. Give us a little bit more than what we have. You know, not that I think the events are bad as they are now. I think majors are great, and they're some of the best esports events, if not the best esports events, in terms of the crowd and viewership and how people react and how hyped they get. But that is not an excuse to just stop, right? Like, oh, we're the best. That's good enough. Like, just give us more. There's more you could do. We could get We can get compendiums. There could be more engagement with the major. It doesn't have to be, oh, well is good enough. Like, I think from a developer standpoint, yes, would this take decent amount of effort? I mean, like I said, I can't imagine the whole badge thing being like a huge developmental ask. Now, maybe the systems that, by watching and stuff like that, and the rewards, and, having people design the skins and the different rewards and the badges and whatever, and how it would work, that might be a bigger ask. But just the base idea, I think, and then you can experiment with it. But the fact of the matter that we got this experimental system that barely works and doesn't get teams paid. Once the pro scene dies, that's the end of the game. I mean, look at Overwatch. I mean, Overwatch is back now, but when they had that tank meta and the pro scene was like basically unwatchable, the game just died. Yeah, talking while doing this is actually impossible. Look how bad my score is up top compared to like my previous scores. Yeah. Whatever. We'll do this and then I'll resume yapping about the major and skins and so on and so forth. Again, I'm not ever gonna, really talk about the armory in a negative light. I think the biggest problem with the armory is just how long the things stay in and the bots. Those are the biggest issues. If both of those problems got solved, it's a really easy fix. And the pay cut won't matter as much because, if you get, let's say there's 3 changes in the armory pass and you're a talented skin developer, that's $60,000 a year off, I imagine it's not a full-time job to be developing skins. Um, So if you're getting an extra 60K a year and as a part-time, thing, I think that's fair and motivated enough. That's enough motivation to do so. I guess also if you're really talented, you get multiple skins in a single collection, and that will boost that number more. But I'm just gonna say for an average person or an average skin developer, maybe two or three. So you get $40,000 to $60,000 a year off a part-time gig. That seems reasonable. Not as good as it used to be, sure, but reasonable. If they're not giving chances for the payout to happen, then it feels really bad, and you're only going to see a steeper drop off in the quality of skins that get designed. And if Valve's current progress is anything to go off of, they don't have the developmental manpower to be designing their own skins. And that doesn't seem like it feels like we're going nowhere fast. Like they're not doing anything. Again, the last collection was in the game for how long? And honestly, the fact that they kept it in there that long as opposed to just developing their own designs. Again, people would have complained if they made their own designs and everything, but it at least get things moving forward. If the people designing the skins can see that there's enough opportunity for them to make money, you will have the input later on. Sometimes you have to take the negative flack up front to, do things better later, because you have to try ideas, and sometimes when you're trying ideas, they're going to fail. But I do think the sticker thing was, yeah, it was an attempt, but they didn't show any good faith with it. Like, again, when you try something with the potential for failure, you should have some sort of good faith, you know combined with it. It shouldn't just be, okay, we're going to try something that's going to potentially fail, and when it fails, the players are the people that have to suck it up. That doesn't feel good. um Let me do one more of these. Wow, that's really bad. But yeah, I don't understand why the players need to be the one to fucking reap the consequences of all these negative decisions that the developers are making. I think, the developers should take some, or Valve should take some responsibility and either assign more people, hire more people, maybe. I understand it's very hard to find good people, but, you know, you have the whole world, like Valve has the entire world's eyes on it. There's no way that there's no one qualified. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they'd probably need to, it probably would be a cost to Valve, right? Like, actually something that they would need to factor in to find someone. Um, but, or multiple people. But I don't think that's a good enough excuse to not do it. And if they need extra hands, then they need extra hands. I mean, I understand there's an argument of too many cooks in the kitchen, but like right now, it feels like it's a very small team for Counter Strike, and I don't know. Uh, I don't know. I don't even know if that's true, but it does feel like it, based on just the updates that we're getting and uh, the frequency of them. Again, the armory was, how long was those skins like? Last chance, a year later, still your last chance. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's not good faith for the people designing the skins. It's not good faith for the people buying the skins. The only people it seems to profit is Valve, and especially with the botting issue, the ROI on opening these things is so negative. Sometimes it goes up, but you know, it's just like the bot issue, like having the player moderation seems like a really easy fix. Like, I don't understand. Like, it just, and again, you don't give the players that much power. You give them the least amount of power to make it difficult for the people botting. You don't give them banning privileges. You just say, like, okay, I'm going to turn off this account's rewards for this week, and then bam, it's done. And then that person then needs to take it up with, Valve support. And if Valve support, looks and sees that it's a bot, it's going to be very obvious that it's a bot. I mean, at that point, you can almost have AI do it. Now, there's a danger with that, but because real people are going to end up getting banned. But I'm not calling for a ban. I'm calling for turn off their XP gain, turn off their weekly rewards, make it so the bots can't exist. You know, and players, I don't feel like that is an unreasonable amount of power to give a player mod. Again, you'd have to be very scrutinous with the people that you turn into player mods. I mean, RuneScape does it. There's very few player mods. I mean, I probably see like 2 a year. Um, so it's possible. I don't know what sort of resources it takes RuneScape to get these people in the game, but really they only have the power to mute you. They don't have like any sort of extreme power. But I think the equivalent to that in Counter-Strike would just be, turn off your weekly drops. If someone abuses it, fully ban their account, right? That seems like a very huge deterrent, right? And you're not going to be giving player moderations to any of these weird ass accounts with like, 200 hours, face of 10. You're going to be giving it to the people with 6,000 hours and inventory, multiple games on their Steam account, like where it would actually cost them something um, to have their account banned. But I don't really understand why Valve can't make an effort like that. It seems so simple to me. I'm nobody. I'm sitting here with no relation to any sort of video game company or video game practices in my life. I mean, I've only been a player and I've seen what works and what doesn't, sure, but why don't the Valve developers see this? Do they just have their heads so far in their own ass that they can't, you know, I want to say steal ideas. It's not really stealing, it's just being inspired. But like, it just feels like they're not even trying. Or they're so locked up in the way that things have been, they just got used to it, and that the problem's never been this big before, and partially their fault, they let it grow this big. It's just kind of like there are solutions, easy ones, that, you just would need to try. If it doesn't work, just turn it off. Like, I mean, they have no problem turning back on and off over and over and over again. Like, there's no reason why we can't have better systems in place to prevent all these things and create a better environment for both the skin creators and the players. Like, this system hinges on everyone being happy. Skin creators, tournament organizers, teams, pro leagues, the Valve, of course, and Paramount, the players. So, like, by creating a system where just, like, everyone feels bad, like, I'm sure the Valve developers don't feel good. They're getting shit on every day on every social media platform. Like, it can't feel good to be a CS2 Valve developer. You're underappreciated. You're probably overworked. You're probably not underpaid, to be fair. But, all the other things are true. And, you're hated on a mass front right now. So, like, I don't know. I think the solution is definitely more complicated than anyone's giving credit for. But also, there's a lot of small things that would go a long way that Valve could try that they're just not. And I mean, maybe there's just like a massive account security issue where like everyone's account's being hacked, and that's why Valve can't tell if like people are legitimately cheating or they just stole an inactive account with, a $30,000 inventory or something crazy. Excuse me. And that's why they're so hesitant to use VAC or have it work or, you know, do any of these things that I'm suggesting, like the player moderator option. Maybe account security is like actually a bigger issue than anyone's giving it credit for. I don't know. As far as I know, Steam is very good with getting accounts back and making sure that things can't be hacked and working through different account issues. So I don't know, but it definitely seems like we could have more of an effort made by implementing some of these things that I've discussed. Uh, it doesn't seem that hard to me. Uh, Again, I'm nobody. I started thinking of this just as I made the other video 3 days ago. None of these ideas are even new. They've all been done before and proved successful in other environments. Now, like I said, there were failures with the player moderator issue in RuneScape, but they've worked them out. They've been even more scrutinous with their how they select the player mod. Sorry, uh, but now the system works pretty well. And I mean, yes, I understand. You know, you can't trust everyone, but there have to be accounts. Like, I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm sure my account has some level of something that you can scrutinize. But I mean, as a baseline, I do feel like, that where oh shit, this is gonna require focus. Shit. No talking, please. Yo, I'm actually ass. Oh, I'm so ass. I am the most ass there ever was. The issue with talking and trying to practice at the same time is the focus issue. But honestly, I have to get good at it because I feel like ever since I started streaming, my stats have been dropping like pretty dramatically on Leadify. So like I feel like maybe trying to talk and do things at the same time and having a split attention is how I practice that and improve. But God, is it difficult? Shit. Yeah, like look how far away from I am from my good score. Because, like, I'm already in talking mode. Even as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about the next thing that I'm going to talk about. But, like, that white arrow is, like, my average or my top score. I don't remember which one it is. But, like, you see how far away from that I am? I could usually hit, like, all of these. Um, but, again, I have to work on talking and responding to chat and doing things while I play because my, my win rate and my Leadify rating and everything has gone down quite a bit since I started streaming, and I think developing a split attention would be beneficial to me. So anyway, returning to the discussion of Valve and developments and the skins and stuff. Um, to be honest, I do think there's probably a way to keep the skin market alive without, the Gamba. Now, has it ever been done before? No. I mean, Pokemon, Magic, all those games hinge on a sort of gambling system. So there's probably a way to, make it work. And I don't even know if Valve is necessarily doing this because of the lawsuits. I mean, they might be pretty confident that they're going to win the lawsuits. And this might just be, experiments for another reason. Or, they're preparing the people that can see it to get out of the market because the game is about to die. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. I love Counter Strike. I don't want Counter Strike to die. I think the majors are some of the best esports events I've ever been to. I haven't been to an international yet, but I do plan to go with one of my friends eventually. Um, and I do think, the community is great, especially when you're at a live event, maybe not so much online. There's lots of toxic people, especially in like, communities like Face It. But I do think, the live scene when you're in front of people's face and it's a lot harder to talk shit, uh, that is a lot different. It's a different community. I mean, also, like, I got introduced to the fighting game community through DreamHack events, which was DreamHack Dallas, which was one of the Counter Strike majors. So, not only that, I got to enjoy multiple video games and multiple awesome communities by going to one event. So, I definitely want to see this game succeed. I definitely don't want to see it be replaced by Deadlock. It just doesn't play the same way. It doesn't have the same level of just like perfect simplicity. Like Counter-Strike is like it feels like the video game equivalent of chess. Like all the other games have this level of complication that almost becomes like it almost becomes equivalent to variance. And when you have that, it feels like the competitive integrity of whatever specific game it is diminished. And that is where I kind of, take issue. Um, is it for sure that way? I don't know, but I do think it's worth discussing. I do think we need to stop glazing Valve so hard. I mean, I do think overall, based on their history, they deserve it, but uh, based on the current place that this game is at, I don't know, dude. It feels really bad, and it just feels like nobody's trying to fix it. It feels like we're just keeping well at well enough. And I want this game to succeed. I don't want this game to fail. I want Counter-Strike to do good. I don't want Damn, it is really hard to talk and do this at the same time. All of my scores are at all-time lows. Uh Yeah, did I miss anything? What can I still talk about? I mean, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Maybe we'll just play a game or two on Face It. Uh, chill. I mean, maybe I could go over some skin stuff. Damn, I hate that I had to restart. I actually had a decent number of viewers. Fuck, and now it's all gone. It's all ruined. I don't know if they were just interested because like I fucked up the stream initially. I don't know. I don't know where they went. Just sucks really bad that I had to restart. Um, but yeah, I'm not actually this one I'm not gonna do. Let's check out the prices of the armory skins. Market. Or first, let's go. I want to see the Glock is my favorite. So Glock, and then I can't remember what the name of it is. Let's see. We can open Counter Strike, or actually, let's do this first. This way we don't have to open and close everything. I do think that being able to shoot grenades is interesting. I think there's a lot of spots where, because of wall bangs, it becomes a little too OP. But it might be worth experimenting with. It's interesting that it's in the game files. I'm sure it could be fun for like a game mode. But then there's just gonna be cheats where people shoot grenades out of the sky. It's gonna buff cheaters. And that wouldn't be good. No. I want the other one. This one. Ghost Protocol. Let's see how many of them there are in the game. I'm pretty curious about this. 767. And in factory new? 25. Wow. Yeah, I guess a grand isn't that crazy, especially since there's only 25 of them. Could you imagine if anyone put iBuy powers on this? What would that even look like? Hold up. I gotta see it. I gotta see what this looks like. Custom stickers. Select the skin. Ghost Protocol. I don't know. 0.05. It's fine. Doesn't really matter. Bye. I don't think anyone's gonna do this, to be clear, but fuck, would that be sick? I guess like there. Try and server. Join. Generate. Have to download. Oh, is there a way on Twitch channel? Because now I can't see the I can't see the mobile. I don't want stream summary. I want captions are now enabled on my clips. Sick. I want stream manager. Okay, I can see both now. And switch between. Okay, that's cool. All right, let's see what this looks like. I've been meaning to look at this for a very long time, and I just never did. Oh, yeah, I guess that would be kind of a waste. You can barely see them. Bro, if someone crafts this, it's gonna be a rip. Oh, that's pretty funny. What about something like... What would be good? We'll keep to it red. Foils might be nice. Or like... This at least has... 5x... Can we not just go default positions? I don't know what the default positions are. Fuck it, let's just say something like that. Nah, that doesn't look that great either. I think something hollow. Like, maybe I really like the 3D... I mean, foils. I really like the 3D Max foils. So, like, 3D Max foil. Here, like this. Let's X this out. Do a 5X. Hold up. I think, like, if you do the default positions... I don't like how this doesn't just put them in the default positions. I think it goes... It's like something like that. I think this one's gonna look good. Fucking excuse me? Yeah, that's... I like that. There's actually a chance that, like, if the price of this comes down, I will craft this. Not as good as I want it to be, though. What do we think of this? I'm not... Yeah. Cheap craft, nice. See a few footsteps and create a normal chain that could look good. What do you mean, create like a chain that could look good? Oh, you mean like linking the stickers together? I don't like those crafts personally, but I mean, you mean like doing like this kind of thing? Yeah, I never really liked the way those looked. I see a lot of like, there's a lot of like Glock fade people that do this. Um, especially sometimes if you get it to go like the whole way. That one gets cut off. This one. Oh, you mean the grenades? Uh, is it? It's not long enough, unfortunately. Oh, you could do an impossible sticker craft. CT footsteps? Oh, the sticker. Gotcha. Uh, I know which one you're talking about now. It's blue. Might be able to just do this and find it. If the stickers would load. It's a glitter, right? Yeah. Maybe I need to expand how much blue. Because there's a blue one and an orange one. Is that what you're talking about? CT. Oh, here we go. CT tracks. These? On this skin? What's complementary color to red? Red and green. Maybe a green sticker? Yeah, it's 5x them. How would you... Could you just keep going with them? Make them look like not super stagnant, so it actually looks like footprints. It's alright. I don't think you could put them too much closer together, because, like, eventually, you'll run out of space. I think, you probably do, like, green if you want a good budget craft. You do, like, something... Let's see. If we go here, and we narrow this into, like, this spectrum. I think these are real too expensive. It looks like this is just... These are the only greenish stickers. Maybe we expand it into a little bit more blue. Nah. I mean, I don't know, how much are the foils? Green is supposed to be a complementary color. Let's see. This is probably going to be a weird craft, but whatever. I don't think this is... It might be, like, surprising how it looks, but I don't have high hopes for this one. Yeah. I don't think this shade of green goes with this shade of red. Oh, nope. Oh. Yeah, there's not a lot of good green stickers now that I'm looking at it. It's really just this. No wonder why it's almost 400 bucks. Do you like... that's going to be really expensive, too. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. I think like something simple would probably play best on this. If you just did like maybe like a scrape signature, like I don't know, take your favorite. Let's go Munzie. Is it Monizi? How do you spell his name? Why am I Nico? Okay. Mon. The fuck? How do you... Oh, yeah, that's right. Is it a 0? Is that why? Yeah, that's why. What's the Shanghai one? Scrape really well. Can I change the scrape? Like that? And maybe just make it so the signatures... I just want to see if that's the right... You need to do a signature that would... Oh, that's not going to work. What the fuck? Too scraped. How about 7-0? Yeah, even the gold doesn't really go with the red too much. I mean, I could try to get that a little more perfect, but... I was thinking maybe you could do something with, like, a sticker under that, and you put the Munzie sticker over it, like,
Hello?
Actually, I don't have this, but, like, this donk sticker, you see how clean that's scraped? It's just donk. But you could do something like that. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be that many good sticker crafts for this. At least not right now. Demo. I have to end stream kind of early today because I'm going out to dinner at 8 o'clock. Oh no, yeah. I was just it's not the anime wasn't the point. It's just you see like the donk sticker. It's just that the Shanghai stickers scrape really, really well. So like that was just what I was trying to show. Not the M4 specifically. But those Shanghai stickers, dude, they scrape so well. I mean, even if can I switch sides? If you don't like that skin, then like, you go here and Michael Ill. You see the Muncie? Oh, actually, why am I Muncie? It's like I have it over the G2 hollow, but it just scrapes so good. Even on like the Gleal is like got like different levels to it, so even then it scrapes perfectly. To the point where you can just see the signature. So those Shanghai, they're like something to like look out for because of how well they scrape. That's all. Well, puppy time, 1 second. Can I help you, sir? What do you need? What? You need to go out? Okay, I'll be back. Let's let the dog out. Alright, sorry about that. He's being a problem. I don't know, he's ever since the fireworks he just wants to live in the basement now. Oh, it's not good. Let's return. Yeah. I think I've talked enough about all this shit. I don't really have a lot of opinions on the armory stuff. I know people have been farming that content, but I just think it's kind of boring at this point. Not a lot of effort put in. Oh. The Empire business? Got a Twitch achievement? Stream. Oh, stream for 250 hours total. Let's go. We're doing it. No recommended changes. Cool. Oh. I'm so annoyed about having to reset the stream. Like that like really killed my whole fucking vibe for the whole night. If you do want to do a demo review, I'll do one. I have enough time for one. But I probably have to get off after that. Ugh. I don't know if you're still here. I know I had to leave and come back, so that might have been detrimental. It's 7 o'clock. I have enough time for one game or one demo review. Up to you. Sheesh. I'm beat. I'm playing against another level 10. Yeah. Oh, you're in a game right now? Alright, then I'm probably just gonna play one. Unless your game's close to being over or you wanna... I don't know. Yeah, I just only have another hour, so I don't know. If you're in the middle of a game, then it'd be tough. Or just play on your account. I mean, like I said, I don't know how, like, what's the score right now? I'll wait. I don't have a problem. I can yap about some other stuff. But the only thing is like I said, I'm leaving at 8. I have to end stream at 8. So it's just kind of like I'm just restricted on time. It wouldn't have been a problem on any other night. But like if you'll be done in the next 15 minutes, I'll yap about something else. Oh, sure. Then just send me the demo. That's fine. Or if it's something I could pull up off Leadify, I'll just grab it. It's 9-6. I mean, if you win, that'll be quick. That's fine. I'll yap about something until you get done with that game, and then I'll go on to do your demo. Is there anything I want to make a short about? I feel like there's something on Mirage I kind of want to talk about. We'll go into practice, competitive, Mirage. Check my account. I can give you right now. I mean, did you send me a message? Oh, cool. YouTube has delay or me? Oh, that was a while ago. I guess the stream was just messed up. But yeah, YouTube has more of a delay than Twitch. Yeah, short about your great smoke. What was that? Oh. Oh. I want to talk about taking mid. This isn't like a pro level, I guess, analysis of this. This is like kind of like if you're between 15 and 25k, or you're like low level face it, mid level face it, even like low face it 10, you probably run into this a lot. There's a lot of times where you'll be taking mid and, you know, con will be smoke, window will be smoke, and then people will be throwing you till cat. And it kind of leaves you in this position where it's like, what do I do? Because basically you can't go A, because con smoked. And, of course, there's the option to smoke top con, but nobody ever throws that one, because nobody ever knows it. So you know, it isn't a bad option to just push through the smoke, but there's a lot of time there's going to be 2 people here or even 3, and that kind of creates a really nasty situation for you. The other thing is, you know, this window smoke's going to fade if you take too long to go up cat. The issue is people are usually still throwing you till cat. I mean, you have this map is... The reason I'm talking about this map specifically is it's a map where everybody knows lineup. And just because everyone knows lineups doesn't mean they know when to... Oh my god, I'm getting so fucked up from my my voice monitoring. It's like really delayed right now. 1 second. Hello? Hello? There we go. That's better. For whatever reason, my voice monitoring was like a full second behind me. So like it was fucking me up while I was talking. The issue with this map is, yeah, Mirage is well known. So what your teammates are going to do is they're going to throw whatever they know, regardless of whether or not the situation calls for it. So you could have somebody in spawn throwing connector, you could have somebody throwing late window and then it gets blocked by the window player, you could have somebody throwing this smoke, which I think is this one, which lands... you have to jump throw it, sorry. Yeah, they're throwing that one, which that lands cat. And then before you know it, you end up with a round where you go here, and that's smoked, that's smoked, that's smoked, and you can't really do anything. If the CTs are good, they're going to be smoking here. And now you have to take this fight, everything's smoked, and then you just sit mid and you accomplish nothing all game. You probably have experienced, you know, 1 or 2 games where stuff like that happens. The only way to counter this, and now you're playing against your own teammates, is just to hold your util. The more util you have when all of this util fades, and the more that you can support your teammates that are now in very dangerous positions. Like, for example, there's probably going to be someone here. There's probably going to be someone halfway up cat, and then the window smoke's going to fade, and then everything's going to go to shit really fast. So, like, you being here to throw this, like, it's just, like, it's going to save your team's life. Like, you holding this util, you know, whether you come into here and you decide, okay, I can smoke top con now. You know, a lot of these give your team options when you're just kind of in these situations that your team created, these really bad situations. You can even ask, you know, if you have 2 people, even better. Because now what you could do is you could smoke window and top con. You can clear like this box. The guy down here can now safely clear these angles. You can spam in here a little bit. You know, you have options. You know, if you have somebody really good, you can do this. I can't do it. I suck at this game. What is it? It's... Oh, brother. Oh, my God. I swear to God, I'm halfway decent. Oh, whatever. Forget it. I suck at movement. I'm not Rops. But my point is if you hold your util, I know, like, there's a huge meta of having, you know, whatever spawn you have and throwing the instant smoke. But if you can realize really quickly that your team is wasting utility mid or, you know, calling bad strats. Because, like, the other thing that this util does is, right, you're here, you have a cat call out, but then one of your idiot teammates that isn't on the same page as you pushes through the smoke, kills 2. And now you might be all the way up cat, like deep. Like, super deep. You know, this guy goes, he kills 2A on the rotate after pushing through the smoke. And now you're, like, here with the bomb and, like, somebody in apps. And they're calling, go away, go away, go away. And now you back up. This guy peeks, you get shot in the head. The bomb's down, cat. Everything's ruined. So, you can fix a lot of this with, like, solo play by just waiting it out. Like, so your teammates are going to start trying to make individual plays, and this is kind of where, like, the clutch mentality of a lot of higher level players is. Yeah, I don't have Rops movement. So, like, you being here and just being aware that lineups like this exist, that lineups like this exist, that you can throw these things and be safe. I mean, even there's a cat one here, what is it? It's here. You can smoke everything from mid. There's no, you know, there's no limit on what you can do here. You can even ask if you want to be tricky and get your one teammate to stop throwing shitty utility. You could ask for a smoke to be dropped here. And now you have, you know, you could do 2 of these. Well, I can't pick up the fucking smoke now because somehow it gave me an extra flash. This is beautiful. But my point is when you find yourself in those situations where your teammates are creating these rounds that are pretty difficult, just hold your util. Hold it as long and as deep into the round. Dude, I'm Rops a little more than 5 beer. I'm hammered Rops, like Rops with a full fucking hanger of vodka in his system. I do have some, like, you know, I could do the easy stuff, like the van jump. Like, this is easy, and then the window jump is easy. Like, I could do that stuff, but I can't do the hard stuff. But, you know, it's the same thing taking B, by the way. Like, if your team calls a B exec, you know, I'm an entry, so I tend to run out first, but it's a habit I need to break. Like, you could throw pretty bad flashes, right? Like, let's say you don't know a lineup and you just yeet this over. You know, that does its job. What's the console command for repeating grenades? 1 second. It's, SV rethrow last grenade. Can I just copy this? See. I should keybind this. Did that not work? Oh, I have to do SV cheats enabled. See, like, that's gonna hit a lot of people. And it's not, doesn't have a lineup. You can... Just to demonstrate. Not great for this position, but, you know, it still does. You don't need to necessarily know lineups. But if your team's doing a lot of stupid shit, there are options for you. Like, just blaming it on your teammates isn't always going to be your to get out of jail free card you think it is. There's always stuff that you can do. I mean, a lot of these Mirage lineups are, like, super fucking easy. It takes absolutely very, very little memorization skill at all to you know these lineups, to throw these lineups. Personally, I mean, people like to throw the cat. The cat one, I forget what it is. It's like here, I think. No, where is it? It's one of these windows. I don't remember the cat one. I prefer to have someone lurk mid, but also, like, if you're like a B lurk, this flash is really good. You just aim at the stain on the wall.
Throwing a flashbang.
That's gonna get everybody. Just so, like, when you're in these games where, like, you're kind of in a panic, where it feels like your team has got the curse of speed and they just keep calling bad strats and doing bad things, remember, you have options to support them. You know, whether they have the wrong decision or the right decision, there's this thing in the military where a bad plan that's executed by everyone is better than a good plan that's only executed by one of the 5. It's more important to have a cohesive team structure than it is to be good at the game. You will win more games off of having a cohesive team. You have an idiot that's running out of A every round. Learn the lamp flash, right? This fucking blinds everyone. It's great. You can't see it coming, and this guy will now get the kills instead of running out and dying. Now, if he's running out really quick, and there's a guy peeking stairs, you do need to throw this a little deeper. That will fucking blind that guy. I don't think it blinds this guy coming out. Let me see. Yeah, so you could throw it a little deeper so it pops up there. It won't blind these guys, which is, you know, whatever, but at least this is more of a fair fight. That flash is really for, if you notice that there's a guy playing this position every round, he's getting there every round, you could throw that nade to deal with him. That's something that's a little bit less talked about. I know, like, the lamp flash, like, typically people consider it, like, the covers everything flash, but it will not hit that guy. I mean, you need to come over quite a bit. So, me personally, I'm just going to line it up with that and throw it. The only important thing with this flash is whatever you choose to be your lineup. I mean, like, you can experiment with this, line it up there. Doesn't matter. Just make sure, however you choose to throw it, like, don't be coming out and running and throwing it like that, because now that's past the opening of this and you'll blind your teammates. You don't want to blind your teammates. It needs to be behind, like, over this roof. That's why, like, well, the lineup doesn't really matter, right? Like, to blind the stairs guy. This is also a good late round flash, because you're blinding the stairs guy if you're out of util. The idea is it needs to be here. You can't be throwing it here, like where it pops up here, because now you're blinding your teammates, and you don't want to be blinding your teammates. You wanna win. Try to learn the B-hop window, dude. I can't do it. Like, it is. I did it in the game the other day, and I was like, holy shit! Like, this is. I'm like actually incapable of doing this. It's like not. No, that was two. I didn't do it. It's like that dot, right? Nope. Nah, you're gonna watch me struggle at this for like a full half an hour. Even going, like, you did it going this way, right? The one time I saw you, you were like... That's how I hit it the other day. I hit it coming from... I was rotating back to A, and I hit it like this. But dude, I can't. I'm not... This isn't something I'm capable of. I would like to... So, I never played mid, even when I was on a team. I was always the con or A player. So now I've been playing mid a lot more because I've been opping. I really need to get this jump down. Like that jump. And then also, like, I feel like this is a pretty important jump to be able to do. Damn it, dude. It's so hard. This is what's all over TikTok right now, too. This fucking... Damn. That was my DPI. Yeah, there we go. I ended it. That one's not as hard as this one. This one's fucking impossible, dude. I don't know how you land that. What do you mean bad jump? The last one was a B-hop. What's the... Oh, I remember this is... If you wanna... Does that not work anymore? Wait. Did this get patched? Am I shot? You look here, and then you just walk forward. Do you have to hit S when you land? Maybe they fixed this? I remember you look here, and then it was just you walked forward. From mid to window, that jump is kind of bad. Why is this bad? Oh, that silent doesn't work anymore. Okay. I don't know. This is... I think this jump's good, because you do it, and it's silent. You know, it's not silent, but, you know, in low-level games, you're gonna fuck people up with this. Because they're not going to think that you can be... Because, like, listen to the difference, right? Like, if I'm going here, right, you hear, like, the wood. Whereas if I go from here... I mean, alright, you still heard a step there, but when you actually hit the B-hop like that, it doesn't make the wood sound. Like, that didn't make any noise. And now I'm up in here without making any noise. Yeah, I mean, I just did it a decent amount of times in a row. And if you do miss it, right, like, if you don't want to be, like, right, like, the second you make noise, you don't really want to be here anyway. I mean, this is kind of a nice spot that you can get into if you want to abort. I like playing that angle. But I don't think this is that hard. Like, hold up. Okay, after I land it 3 times in a row and then I say it's not that hard, now I can't fucking hit the jump. And even if you mess it up... Oh, fuck me, brother. That made a step. Okay, never mind. I should not do this in a game. Yeah, I shouldn't do this in a game, but if you're Rops... maybe. I mean, like, even, like, what is this? This is, like, the... I'll never be able to hit that jump. This one, where, like, you go and then you land up here. That's never gonna happen. I gotta do this the old-fashioned way. But yeah. Also, just, like, I think people, like myself included, when they're playing, like, this position, the A main position, whether they play here, 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 or here, whoops, they don't rotate between those positions enough. That's another tip that can improve your win rate really easily. Yeah, I wish I was better. I've been doing the warm-up maps. There's like a jump where like you strafe this, and then go up here, and then go up here, and then go up there. It's like a course. There's like things that you... Shit. But I don't have... my movement's less than perfect. Jesus, fuck. Alright, my movement's not supposed to be that bad. Fuck. Very bad. Yeah, I have like the timing so tight. Whoops. Nope. No, sir. This is just something I never worked on. I mean, this one's a lot easier going this way. I don't struggle with that one. But for whatever reason, going the opposite way, it's just very difficult for me. Nope. I ran into the wall that time. And then, like, I don't even know how to, like, line this up. I know you have to go from, like, yeah. Yeah. Hello? What was stopping me from getting up there, was I... Yeah, I just don't... I don't understand this jump well enough. I mean, I know I could do it. I mean, I fucking learned electrics on Kazuya. Perfect electric, triple combos. It'll just take time. But yeah, I mean, like, the weird thing is, like, in-game, I've actually landed this, like, a lot more often than it looks like right now. But for some reason, yeah, I don't have the movement chops for this. It's so fucking difficult. Almost. Yeah. I am bad at the movement, at least. Oh my fucking god. Even when I get it right, I just don't have the... I'm still hitting forward. That's the main mistake. Yeah, see, like, that one I can do. That one's doable. This one... I have to stop. I don't know why I just keep hitting forward. I need to let go of it. Once I get into the air. There we go. From ladder to B. What? This one? The one up onto the... Oh, you mean there's a silent fall ladder to B. Gotcha. Okay, now I can't do this. There we go. I always like the silent ladder drops where you just catch it at the very end. That's what I always do. If you go on, like, Vertigo, not that it's in the pool yet, there's a lineup where you could, like, tuck yourself in, and then you walk, and it brings you down to the very, very end of the ladder. Oh, like a boost or something? Go for that jump you showed me before, and then there was a glitch with the side jump, like a bug. It was on ladder. But there was no ladder with the jump I was doing before. Or you mean like you do this and then you just keep B-hopping until you get into ladder? Like, whoops. Well, I mean, I don't need to land it, but you're talking about, like, going like this into ladder? Or you're coming down from here. You can drop ladder pretty silent. There used to be... I mean, you could still do... So, from here to here, you could still do silent. This drop, like, that's silent. And then there used to be a way that you could line this up where you'd go like this, and it'd be a silent drop. Let me see if it's still possible. No, I don't think it's still possible. But you used to be able to silent drop like that. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, or... I don't know what you're talking about. And I've hit this jump like once in my life. But I do... This seems like pretty useful. I would like to be able to get this pretty consistent. I feel like I've landed it a couple of times. I just don't know why. There we go. It's not that inconsistent. It's not like this, where I just actually can't do it. On ladder once. I don't understand how you get from mid-window in on the ladder. What? Oni jump? I mean, I'm assuming it's not this. It's just you can't do the jump window. I just like, I don't know, I don't understand how you'd get on the ladder from here. Like, oops. I remember this video. It's not in that video. Do you mean like you go into ladder and you use the momentum from going up the ladder like you do on Nuke? Like, they go up the ladder like this, and then B-hop like... Oh my god, what the fuck? And then B-hop like that? Is that what you mean? I mean, like, I'm not skilled enough to do it, but the momentum from the ladder kind of carries you, and then you can B-hop through here like this. Like, similar to the way you do that B-hop. I don't know. Damn it, dude. I don't have the movement chops. I am not the movement gamer. Fuck, dude, even that one I struggle with. The easy stuff. I can't even do the easy stuff. And there's like this B-hop that I can't do. Yeah. Damn. Even when I do it right, I do it wrong. Even when I do it the easy way, rather, I do it wrong. Oh, come on. Give it to me. Oh, let's see. There's other maps with, like, cool movement tricks. I mean, what is it? Nuke. This one I'm usually able to do smoothly, but it's kind of tough.
It is time now, my brothers.
Like the one where you just... this pathing. And then you can just... Well, I didn't mean to jump, but... You get here really fast. Make a nasty timer. Yeah, I just wish I could visualize whatever you were saying. I mean, I tried to do the, like, I mean, does he go up the ladder? And then, like I said, like, is it a momentum one, like, with this? Like, where you're using the momentum from going up the ladder to get off, and then this one you need to jump here. You know? But I don't know. Oops. Yeah, I fucked up that time. You go there. I mean, I practiced that a decent amount just so that I can make that timing. I mean, it's fun to Zeus people like that. I just wish I could visualize it. Damn it. What am I doing wrong? I landed it the first time. Yeah. No, look. One go from mid-window to... from window to ladder. From window to ladder. So like there's no, you don't step on the concrete blocks, is that what you're saying? You do B-hop in straight into the hole? Because I've seen that. I'm not even that skilled at B-hopping. I'm not. I used to, in CSGO, I used to practice it enough where I could kind of do it, but in CS2 I feel like I've completely lost it. I don't even really hit it, like, ever. It could also be the new Wooting keyboard, because, like, now, as soon as I actuate the spacebar, I B-hop, but... Oh, that was kind of one, but it was after I fucked up the initial. Yeah, I can't B-hop. 3 jump on ladder, bounce off it, and go on that line next to the wall. Go on B. Oh, I have a good idea of what you're saying now. Okay, yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I just wish, like, I don't know, I can't B-hop anymore. I wish I still could. I used to be able to. I just feel like ever since CS2 came around, I haven't been able to. I just, like, can't get it to happen. Especially just, like... Do I have to... I don't even know if I'm going early or late. Like... Maybe I have to... Oh, there we go. I think I'm going too early. Yeah. I don't know. I think... See, like, for some reason, when, like, I'm going from a different elevation to another different elevation, I have an easier time with the B-hops. But, like... Just on flat ground, I just can't seem to do it anymore. Either that or the timing's different from Go. Is the timing just different than Go? It feels like impossible. I used, like, in Go, do I have rapid on? What do you mean rapid? Like rapid trigger? Like I have it so that as soon as I put any weight on the spacebar, it goes. Oh, one moment, I'm getting a phone call. Yeah, I like rapid trigger just for the AD strafing. I mean, I could turn it off for just the spacebar if having it off would make it easier, but actually, I don't know. It feels just fucking impossible for me in CS2. Like, I don't know why, like, when I go, like, right, this... For some reason, that's easier than just doing it on the floor. I can't do it on the floor, but, like, almost every time I go to a higher elevation, I'm able to get the B-hop. But for whatever reason, when I'm just trying to do it flat, it doesn't work. But if I want to, like... That's for some reason... I know the timing. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like it should work. I don't know what... There's got to be a way to, like... know. Even when I do feel like I maybe hit it, it feels like I'm in the wrong. Like, hold up. If I do it on the curb... This is... Am I going too early or too late? If I'm going too early, then the curb should... I gotta do like a 360 or something so that I can really tell when the movement speed. That was it. Oh, bro, I'm not a B-hopper. It's not gonna happen. I'm too ass. I'm not Rops. Only when going from low to high. Even just like moving straight and getting the second jump to even come out, it's pretty difficult for me. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. We're getting somewhere. Maybe if I don't try the strafes and just see if I can preserve my momentum moving forward. There we go. Not the best progress, but progress. Yeah, this is... Dude, I do frame perfect stuff, which is in a 60th of a second, doing like 3 inputs, and this doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if this is even... I mean, what I could do, you know, I could do this. Where is it? Video, advanced video. I could go, like... and, cheese the fuck out of it. I think... Hold up, does this not work anymore? Yeah, it still works. I mean, I'm just bad. Hold up, maybe if I go even lower. I don't know if this still works even. Like, what if I go like 40? The game's gonna look like shit. Yeah, there we go. You want B-hop hacks? Just fucking drop your frame rate to 40 frames per second. That's funny that that still works. I didn't think it would. That's crazy that that works. Yeah, no, I can't. I wonder why that happens. It's probably like part of the subtick system, but it's really funny that you can just drop your frame rate down to 40 frames per second and be able to B-hop. That's so funny that that works. I thought they would have... That was like a day one CS2 thing. I thought they would have patched that out for sure. But I guess there's really no advantage to it. I don't know if you guys tried playing this game at fucking 40 frames per second, but it's very hard to get a kill. But I guess if you wanted to B-hop, you know, you can have a frame rate toggle, and you just drop your frames to 40 frames per second. Whoop, somebody followed. Mumu Cuckoo, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, we're just fucking around right now. I don't have very long. I have another 20 minutes before I gotta get off. But, yeah, I'm trying to B-hop, which I don't have the skill for. Although it's annoying me that I don't have my skins. There we go. Yeah, no. Go up ladders. What? Why did that break my... Oh. I'm really good at doing, on overpass, you could silent drop. Remember that match when I had his, what do you mean, 200 ping and 700 FPS is goated? Yeah. Nah, I'm saying, not ping. If you have like 40 frames per second, you can B-hop. There's something with the frame rate that lets you, I don't know how exactly it works, but like, when you, if I go here, and I go to settings, and I drop my max frame rate down to, I think 60 is the minimum it allows. But, you see, like, this looks like shit, the screen tearing, like, good luck getting any kills. But for some reason, when you could B-hop. Not perfectly, but it's so much easier than when you, you know, you might be able to. But the point is, it's just funny that you can B-hop. I don't know what it is about the frame rate that affects B-hopping, but it's like you have SV cheats B-hops enabled. Like, it just makes it so much easier. Because, like, right before I couldn't hit a single B-hop, now I'm hitting several. And it's like, you switch it back, for whatever reason. I mean, again, I don't know. But I go back to my normal max frame rate, and I can't hit a B-hop anymore. I can get, like, maybe a little bit of a second jump, but definitely not. Okay, wait, maybe I just gotta switch the frame rate back and forth. That's the secret to getting good at B-hops. There's two right there. Face of bot. I do remember the face of bot ace. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I've seen some pretty crazy shit. The bot ace was... Wow, let's watch that. Bruh. the bot Connor. Like... What the fuck? Oh. Bruh. This... If you were on the other team and this happened to you, like... You just quit Counter-Strike? What do you do? Look at this POV. Flashes himself, the bot. Look at this crosshair placement on this bot. You know this bot's immediately ready to destroy. This is... Like, you quit the game forever if this happens to you, right? Like... Bro! You're in overtime in a face-it match, and Bot Connor aces your team. I think I would, first of all, I'd report this to Face-It. There's no way that I'm not reporting this to Face-It. But second of all, I think I'm just quitting the game, maybe before I even... You could definitely, I'm sure in console you can make a keybind to swap your frame rate. But, I don't know, dude. I don't know, would it be worth it? I mean, so the underlying issue here is the way that subtick works. So because subtick, I don't know if you've ever played fighting games, but it works like rollback. So the rollback netcode basically takes your frame rate and what is happening on any given frame during that frame rate. So if you have more frames, it's more accurate, and makes that the thing, like it's the equalizer. So it averages what's happening on both players' screens. That's how fighting games work. It works the same way that the subtick system works. It's just like Counter Strike's interpretation of it. So the rollback netcode is how fighting games work. It basically works so that like it syncs the frame rate of both players, since it works better in fighting games because everyone is locked at 60 frames per second because of the way that like all the moves in fighting games are measured in increments of frame rate. Like you have, if you're doing with Tekken, Mortal Kombat, I think is like there's like 4 frame moves or 5 frame moves, but I'm familiar with Tekken, so like a 10 frame punish, a 15 frame attack, 20 frame counter hit, whatever. That's how they're all measured. So you're locked at 60 frames. So what the fighting games do is they take both players' 60 frames and overlap them, and then at the server level, it decides where both players are and if things are going to come in contact. Counter-Strike tried to emulate that. The difference is I'm at 470 FPS and I might be playing against somebody. Yeah, I think that is how B-hop cheats work. It probably just puts you at one, like every time you go for the B-hop, the instance you make contact with the ground, they probably reduce your frame rate to like 1, and then you can just keep doing it. Because the more frames you have, the more actions per second are being sent to the server. So if you're at a lower frame rate, there's less actions per second being sent to the Counter-Strike server, like on the server end of things. So locally, you have like, right, there might be a disadvantage to me playing at 400 and almost 500 frames per second, because everything I have will be very accurate to what's being represented on my screen, right? Being sent to the server. However, if you're an enemy and you have a very low frame rate, there might be a discrepancy between what's appearing on my screen and what's appearing on your screen, and the server needs to work that out. So the further the gap in those frame rates, the weirder the playback will look on the server side. And that's like the real issue with subtick. And when you add lag into that equation, you get all this weirdness. That's how you get like, the demo I was looking at the other day where they're coming out and like his head's here, I shoot here, and it's a headshot. Like that's the quote unquote issue with subtick. Personally, I think subtick is a good system. It just has to be played locally. I'm listening to you answering, even playing Phase It. Bro, you're on next level, dude. I struggle maintaining even just responding to chat while I'm playing, and I have a mic and I'm able to do it. So you being able to type and do it is really good. But yeah. I personally, I'm a fan of the subtick system. I think it works. I think it's definitely better than 64 tick. Is it better than 120? Who the fuck knows? I think the argument's pointless. I think the subtick system works. There's no reason to hate on it. Realistically, it's more of an issue on Europe because the level of hardware everyone's playing on, as well as the lag, makes the games worse. But, it will get worked out as people's internet speeds get better, as hardware gets better. Once the hardware limitations are gone, you'll have less issues with frame rate, which will cause less subtick issues. But there'll always be the ability to manipulate it through cheats and use whatever you want and then not get caught, because now you have frame rate manipulation in the game. And not only that, like, you could just have a shit computer that... Oh, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. That causes frame rate jitter, and then that causes issues in the game. So there's an advantage to having an unstable frame rate. There's disadvantages to having an unstable frame rate in this current system. Illuminati, yes. But the subtick system's good. I don't think that's the problem that people see. Now, again, I've been having a lot of issues with, what you see is what you get, and that not being the case. Like, the other day I was playing a game where I killed someone, they were dead, and then I got shot in the head by one of their bullets. And I was like, what? Like, I was just left in this situation where I was like, how did he hit me in the head after I died? And like stuff like that. I don't think that should be visible on your end. Like client side, that should look different. But that guy probably had a really low frame rate and a really bad connection, and you know, what was me where I got shot in the head after. It was on Dust 2. You could actually see it in the real. Well, actually, no, there wasn't a real playback because they keep updating the game and the old demos stopped working for the real-time playbacks. Um, but yeah, I got shot in the head, and then I killed someone, and then immediately after they died, their body falled, and I don't have predictive anything on, and I got dinked right after. I didn't die. It was with a Galil, but I just thought it was very strange that I had gotten a kill, and then immediately after, I was dead. Turn that off. So I think that's, I think they have like things to work on, things to fix, but oof, this guy's gonna lose his 2,500. That sucks. He's going back and forth, dude. That's a tug of war battle. But I do think the subtick system's good. That's not one of my complaints. Like again, I spent the whole beginning of the stream roasting Valve and how they're not bungus butt, brother. You know. All right. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get regulated, so but Umu Cuckoo first time chatter. Who are you? Are you Bung? Bung has. Oh no, that's you. Why do you have two fucking Twitch accounts? Is that your bot account? Because like back in the day, you'd have to have a second Twitch account for bot moderation. Now it all just works through Streamlabs, but why do you have two accounts? What the fuck's going on, Eben? Did you just spawned here? I guess I'm cheating viewers right now. That's fine. I'm cool with that. And followers. Cheating viewers and followers. Oh, dude. I don't know. I only have 5 minutes before I gotta go. I don't know if there's anything really funny to talk about, but I really hope we make a recovery in the next major from this sticker situation. Oh, excuse me. And your Coco Loco from here. Un poco loco. I love that movie. Coco. If anyone's seen it. Very sad. Cry at the end. Even a big guy like me. But yeah. I don't think there's a lot left to talk about. I mean, let's check the souvenir prices. I have a feeling they didn't change. If I go here and I want to create one of these, and I want it to be it's gonna be more expensive? Hold up, wait a minute. If I do this and I go here and I change this to Nico, the price went up. It's $300 to craft this now. That's crazy. Enough people. I mean, I guess you'd want to do the last game they played, realistically. But, bro, what the fuck? That's insane. That is so insane. And then if you want the, was that stage 3? Yeah. Has this gone up in price? I bet it has. Because I've seen a lot of them get crafted. There you go, Nico. Oh no, this is about the same price if you wanted to craft this one. I do want to craft this, and I might, but I'm what I'm afraid of is if I don't craft it, and then maybe they decide to not do a last chance to buy in situation. I hope I'm gonna get level 9 phase today. It's 2 a.m. I mean, it sounds like you've been winning the last 2 matches, so hopefully you could get there. I mean, if you work early, I'd maybe go to bed, prioritize your health. It'll be easier to win, but if you're really trying to get there, 93% off and it's still $200. That's just fucking insane. Doesn't even make sense. This is up to $130. I almost regret not buying it, but also I don't regret not buying it because, like, I don't want to give Valve that much money for a shitty system. They shouldn't be rewarded for bad behavior. Yeah, still $1,700 for the golds. What about like a lesser? Yeah. To me, this is proof that the prices are purely inflated off of the souvenirs. I mean, not only that, but like it's just not going down, right? Like I don't think this should be counted every time someone crafts a souvenir that it also like here, like if we go, I'm sure there's more than the last time I checked, but like it was insane the last time I checked. Go to the database and you look at souvenir, you go Falcons. Yeah, there's 3,800 of them made. Of course, Sparkles has the #1 float. $100,000. What's this guy's inventory look like? Did he make a bunch of these? $100,000 is a little bit crazy. It's funny that he didn't even do the right like this is mismatched, but whatever. Um, am I weird for expecting this guy? Oh, never mind. Here we go. We made this. This is where things get crazy. It's crazy how many people have just like absolutely batshit crazy inventories. $57,000. I'm sure it's more than that because the sticker crafts probably drive it up. He's got another #1 float here. That's pretty insane. Not gonna lie. It's another #1 float. Yeah, #1 highest float this time. A genuine? No, that's stupid. No one cares. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I expected a little crazier for having the #1 deal, but whatever. I wonder how far mine's fallen. Let's see if I go. I bet you it doesn't even have a. Oh no, it's still #4. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I have my little trophy lifting moment here. Yeah, I might do this same exact craft on the Deagle, but I don't know. A lot of people did it, and it makes me feel less motivated to do it. Ooh, this is a nice craft. Curious to see what this looks like. Looking like my inventory. Bro, you have nothing in your inventory. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. Yeah, no, there's no thumbnail. I'm gonna have to edit all this when I get home later. Whatever. That is what it is. I want to see this. I want to see what this looks like. Go through some, where was it? Was this up here? Am I shot? Where did it go? Oh, whatever. I wanted to see it, but it wasn't all that interesting. And just like, look how many Desert Eagle Blazes there are. Like, so many people oh, wait, actually, Falcon's Gold. I guess not that many people actually crafted it. If I just do Cologne Gold, Nico. I think this one. Yeah, what? I thought there was like thousands of these crafted, but I guess I'm wrong. I probably will pull trigger on this. Also, these are all the Inferno match, not the Dust 2. Only a couple people had the idea to actually craft the new and the old team with the Dust 2 logo on the Dust 2 skin. Huh. Hold up. How many people decided to do this? How many people used this game? Dust 2 wasn't played in the championship final. 33. But they are all Nico. Only 33 of these were crafted, and it got that crazy in price. M1673 Elo. Nice. So few of these were crafted. How broken is the system that the stickers got pumped that much? Like, right? If there's only, like, Team Spirit, right, is like one of the most popular ones, right? Because it's going to come tagged with the, it's going to come with the donk sticker every time. And, like, if I don't give it a specific skin, right, I go souvenir, I go Team Spirit Gold, right? And then I search. How many skins are possibly going to come up? 5,000? 4,000? Not even 4,000. 3,500. That's enough to drive the sticker price to $1,700? That doesn't make any sense at all. That's so few. What? Uh, I, all right. I'm going to leave it on that now because that's actually, I thought this number would have gone up since the last time I checked. It hasn't. And all that means to me is that this is a broken, flawed system and it doesn't work. The one thing I will say is there's definitely not a lot of coverts. Like, if you go, like, I'm sure that this is going to be in double digits. No, it's in triples. It's not as crazy, but like, what if you just do, can you just do gold Cologne 2026? Or Cologne 2026? Is there any way to narrow it down to Cologne 2026 souvenir? Or, you know what you do? You do a skin that doesn't have a souvenir that's popular. Here, a lot of people seem to do M or A1S fades. So what you do is to figure it out, you'd go fade, you'd go M1 A1S fade, you do souvenir, and this will give you a general idea of how many souvenirs are being crafted because people will even do 373, and that's probably one of the most like crafted souvenirs. Like, and then let's go like most popular ones. So Nico won the major, so you could assume the Desert Eagle is going to be crafted a lot. Oh, I guess we have to pick a specific one. So let's say Blaze, right? Blaze, there's souvenir, check, search, 171. That's less. So you're talking for these souvenirs, there's like only hundreds. Let's use mine, USPS Royal Guard, right? Like, I think this looks really good as a souvenir. Bam, there haven't been any souvenirs before. Let's see, 389. Okay. That's a little bit more, but a lot of these are very mid crafts. If this sells, I fucking stole mine off that guy. Zaiwu, sure. Where's mine? Yeah, here I am. This will not be for sale. Did I get it off the first owner? Yeah. Does this guy have an inventory? I guess maybe he just fucking made it early and I don't know. He has an inventory. Like, this is somebody that plays. It's probably not a bot either. I think I got this for a great deal. It was the cost that it would have cost to craft it. And now it's number 4 souvenir, so I mean, maybe he expected this to like them people to make hundreds of them, but it definitely seems to me like people just aren't. It's still the number 1 with an eco signature. You know, that's good. Yeah. What's another popular skin? Maybe an op. Uh, Queen's Gambit. It looked like people were crafting the Queen's Gambit souvenir. Let's see how many. 500 of these. Okay, this is the highest so far. And what are people crafting with it? It looks like Monzi. So what percentage of this is Monzi? That's the real question. It's because it has the fucking 0, dude. That fucks with me. Alright, so there's 512, the most we've seen so far. And what percentage of them are Monizi? 59. Okay. And then I guess, who's another big opera? Zaiwu? What percentage is Zaiwu? 47. So 500 in total. Whose signature were people putting on this? Let me see. Magisk is the number 1. Wonderful is the number 2. They're both owned by the same guy? What? This guy just beat his own number 1? And then he also crafted it on that. It looks like mostly Zaiwu and Munzi. There's a couple of Donk, Munzi, Zaiwu. For the highest ones, I mean, there's a Sin, Zaiwu, Munzi, Zaiwu, Munzi, Zaiwu. I don't know. There's a Nico one randomly with the Munzi. They put both. Weird. Some of these crafts are very strange. Yeah, I don't know. Just, this isn't a lot of demand. This isn't a lot of sales. This is not a lot of souvenirs. Like, what do you think the total is? I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way that you could just go souvenir, and then go. I guess there is. How would you do it? You do you do every signature one by one. So maybe we'll do that on stream next time. We'll go through every signature on CS Float and just see how many exist. Um, it'll take some time, but I'm willing to do it. That'll be the next stream. On the next stream, we'll go through all of the signatures and we'll find out exactly how many souvenirs were crafted during this major. I think that'll be a fun little thing to do. It'll also be educational. Like we'll get a good relevant information from it. Now, of course, that won't be all of the souvenirs that are crafted because, of course, not everybody could use a CS float and they don't automatically get uploaded to the database. But yeah, dude, this is insane. Every time I see this up at the top, like this situation just blows my mind. Imagine getting the lowest float item in years, and then a month or two later, this guy fucking opens this and then creates the next fucking Catocraft lowest float item. Sure, this is cool because it's a purple and this is just a fucking gray skin, but like it's just wild that this happened. And by a whole zero. Like, dude, that's fucking brutal. Oh, no. It's not a whole zero. Sorry. Almost. 9 here, but it's fucking crazy. Crazy situation. All right. That's all for today. I have dinner plans. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. I think that's going to be interesting. I think if we could pull up all of the souvenirs that were ever made and get like an actual tally and find out like how we'll do an actual in-depth dive into how the prices of the stickers are created. We'll find out how many are for sale on every platform. We'll find out try to figure out how many are in inventories. We'll make educated guesses and we'll get a number down to figure out exactly how many stickers there are in any given out of any of the given whatever. I'm sorry, I'm misspeaking now, but I think that'll be a very interesting stream. Talking's really hard. All right. Yep.